ASMR video, and for this video guys, the topic will be a good man, not a nice one. So let's differentiate between being a good man and a nice one, because a lot of people seem to interlink them together. Being a good man means standing on your values, your views, your values. It means doing things that are the right thing, regardless of if everyone else is against you, regardless of if all your friends and wherever you are kind of against you. It means doing the right thing. It means helping that lady cross the road, grabbing that thing from the top shelf for that person that can't reach it, saying good morning when you're walking past someone, just things like that. Being a nice man, however, a lot of people, like I said, seem to get them interlinked. However, they're far from it. Being a nice one is almost like being a yes man. Someone says something to you and you're like, oh yes, 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 I'll do it. Or if, again, someone asks you to do something, you're like, yes, I'll do it, because I'm a nice guy. You're essentially a pushover, right? If you're a nice man and someone asks you something, even if you don't agree to do it, or you don't agree with it, you will say yes, because you're just being nice, right? But being a good man, if someone asks you something that goes beyond your boundaries, you say no, right? You stand firm, you stand strong. So, being nice usually means avoiding conflict and pleasing everyone. Again, kind of what I said earlier, right? If someone asks you to do something that's beyond your boundaries, that's, the wrong thing to do, and you're a nice guy, you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it because I'm a nice guy, I want to please everyone. However, if you're a good man, when they ask you to do whatever it is, you say no, right? I'm not saying you always have to say no to people, but you will say no if it goes beyond your boundaries, if you don't believe it will positively impact your life or someone else's life. Like if someone asks you to, go rob that person, pretty extreme example, but if someone asks you to go rob that person, and you say, oh, yes, I'll do it because I'm just being nice, I want everyone to be happy, that's silly, right? If you're a good man, you'll say no. Right away, you'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. You'll stand firm, right? And you will stand strong. You'll back yourself. I think that's the main thing too, is you've got to back yourself, right? You've got to figure out what you stand for. What are your views and values on certain things, right? If someone asks you, or if someone is making fun of someone, right? Do you join in? Or do you tell them, no, let's not make fun of that person, right? Do you stand by your beliefs? Or do you change them depending on who's around you, right? So those are kind of the questions you've got to ask yourself. And being good is different from being good is different. It's based on your character and not the approval of others, which is, again, I kind of touched on it earlier. But again, you have to figure out what you stand for. Are you that good man? Are you that nice people pleaser? A few things I've written here is a good man protects his peace and his priorities. So if someone tries to disturb your peace, albeit good reason, bad reason, what will you do? Will you conform and be a nice guy? Or will you be like, no, go away, I don't want to see you, I don't want to be around your problems? And a good man also sets boundaries without feeling guilty. You will set your own boundaries. Again, touched on it earlier. If someone steps over it, you'll be like, no, we're not doing this. Step back honest. It's almost like brutal honesty, right? You've got to be brutally honest with people sometimes. And again, some people might not want to hear it, but how else are they going to grow themselves? And if they don't grow themselves, that's on them, that's not on you, right? And I do believe some people need brutal honesty, right? Like there are people that believe they're entitled to a lot of things because they've worked at a place for X amount of years, or they've done this thing for longer than you have. But you've got to be honest. And if you want someone to be honest with themselves, you first have to be honest with them, right? And I guess it works in the same way with if you want to be honest with yourself, be honest with other people first. Because it's kind of has this effect, right? You start being more honest with people, and then you start being more honest with yourself. Vice versa, you start being more honest with yourself, you'll be more honest with other people, because you're just used to it, right? A good man will choose discipline over comfort. Very basic thing, right? They'll choose the hard work over the comforting work, the delayed gratification over the instant one, and that pays dividends in the long run. You see it with a ton of really good people, and you just see it a ton with successful people as well. Stop trying to be liked and aim to be respected. That is almost like in a nutshell what we are talking about. So a good man will earn everyone's respect. He won't go out of his way to earn everyone's respect. He won't make that his top priority. He will focus on himself, and the secondary effect is everyone will respect you. So if you focus on yourself, you hit the gym, you do the right things, you stand by your views and values, you will gain everyone's respect in one way or another, whether they respect your work ethic, whether they respect how you talk to people, whether they respect your physique. They will respect you in some regard or another. Whereas if you're a nice guy, you just want to be liked by everyone. You avoid confrontation because you're like, oh no, I want to be friends with everyone, when in reality, no one cares about you. You can almost view it as everyone hates you to a certain extent, right? But as a good man, you acknowledge that, but you know if these people were to come up against you, it will not matter because you are so much better of a person than them. If you're always nice, you'll attract people who use you. Again, you just become oblivious. You think people are being nice to you, but they're just trying to use you in some way. Whether you know this person or whether you can do something really well, they will use you. And you're too nice to realize that they are using you, right? Because you're just scared of believing that they can dislike you. However, if you're a good man, you attract people who value you. You actually attract like-minded people. And that's really one of the best things that can happen with being a good man, is that you attract people who are kind of on that same path as you, right? And it's funny because I had this revelation recently. But if you, let's say you're into Legos or whatever, right? And you're a really avid Lego fan, you love Lego, building it, going to conventions, whatever the case may be. If you stick to your path of liking Legos, building Legos, whatever it may be, you attract a bunch of people, right, that enjoy Legos. You might find a partner that's into Legos, so on and so forth, right? So if you're a good man and you stick by it, you stay consistent with whatever you want to do, you'll find, people that are very like-minded. They might enjoy combat sports, they might enjoy hitting the gym, bettering themselves, and eventually you'll find a partner that clicks, right? And that's something that, again, I've had a realization of recently, is you attract everything. Like, everything will happen for a reason, but when you stick to your views and your morals, so on and so forth, you will just end up attracting a lot of like-minded people. And in a sense, you've got to have emotional detachment, which we might get into with another video, but you've really just got to, people will come and go as well. So you might be on this path, you might have a really good friend, but they're not on that path, so you guys kind of fizzle out. It's gonna hurt, right? However, you will probably find a stronger, more connected friend later on if you keep going down the path. Again, it's something I've kind of come to realization with recently, but it is one of the most powerful things I feel like I've learned, is you focus on yourself, you become a good man, and everything will fall into place. Your partner, your friend,